Hello guys and welcome to a new video. So you are starting out recording guitars at home, but you're not quite pleased with the result. You're playing to a click, your guitar is in tune, you're playing it right, but something is just off. The guitar just sounds thin and your mix is just not heavy enough. Then let me show you a simple trick to get your guitars from sounding like this to sounding like this. Okay, but before we get to that, don't forget to destroy that like button. Drop me a comment in the comment section down below and let me know, did you know this trick already? What else would you like to know about recording? And of course, subscribe to this channel like a man. And don't forget to tell your friends about this channel. The more people that know about this channel, the more people that are actually going to watch the videos. Any money the channel makes, I'm going to invest back in the channel so that I can get more guitar and music related content. So yeah, don't forget to do that. Okay, so a lot of you guys don't know this, but I actually have a degree in music production. And as you can see, I actually do a lot of studio work. I do a lot of mixing, a lot of mastering, and a lot of session playing. And one thing that really baffles me is the fact that a lot of people don't know about this trick. And it's very simple, and I thought it was very basic and that everybody knew about it, but apparently they don't, because most projects I get to mix or master are missing this very important point. And the secret to that bone-crushing guitar wall of sound, it's double tracking the guitar. You can actually go as far as quad tracking the guitar, which I actually do a lot, and I'll explain it to you in a second. Okay, so ever since 1955, when MTR was invented, we're actually able to do this, so it's not a new technique by any means. MTR means multi-tracking recording. And it's basically that, the capability of recording multiple tracks simultaneously. Before that, you could only record everything at once. So you would set up a microphone and everybody would play at the same time and everything would go into the mic. And that would be the recording you would get. But after 1955, you were actually able to record 2 tracks at a time. So you could set up 2 different microphones in 2 different places to get 2 different sounds. Then the 4-track recorder came out, and that was actually 4 mics. And then, of course, the 8-track came out, and that changed everything. Okay, so what do we do with all of this? Okay, so the idea behind this is that we're actually going to record 2 different guitars, and we're going to pan them completely opposite from each other. That is going to give us the widest stereo, so the guitars are going to sound huge, and we're actually going to feel a sense of space. They're going to sound wide, they're going to sound fat, and they're actually going to sound more distorted than they were originally. It also works wonders on clean guitars. But the catch here is that you have to be very precise and you have to be able to play to a click. Because if you mess up on one or the timing is off, it's going to be really noticeable. And you can't just copy and paste the same recording and just pan them left and right. Because if you have the same recording pan to the left and to the right, you're just going to hear it in the middle. Let me show it to you. Okay, so let's get recording. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to record a little simple track and then I'm going to duplicate that track with 2 more guitars, making it 4 total. Okay, so let's do this. What I'm going to use is my newest plugin, which is the ML SoundLab ML5. Just as it is. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to record the same thing over on a different track. So I'm just going to duplicate the track so that I have the exact same plugin settings, and I'm just going to mute the other track. Okay, cool. So now we have both tracks ready to be panned. But I just want to take a second to show you what would have happened if we just copied and pasted the same recording on a different track. Again, I'm just going to duplicate this track and I'm going to copy the same thing and I'm going to pan them left and right. and this is just the one guitar. They sound exactly the same, nothing happens. But check this out. We get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. And now we pan both different recordings. All the way left and all the way right. Now that sounds really good. Now you can definitely hear the different guitars coming out of each speaker, and that's going to give us that stereo sound we're after. Okay, so most bands will listen back to this, and if there were no mistakes or anything to fix, they would be done with the rhythm guitars tracking. But we're actually going to take it a step farther, and we're going to add a second layer with 2 more guitars playing octaves, so that the guitars sound even bigger. Check this out. So now I'm going to play the same riff, just with the octave accents. Okay, and now I'm actually going to duplicate that. Nice. Okay, so these 2 tracks are not going to be panned all the way left or right. We're actually going to pan them halfway left and halfway right. And in this case, these guitars are not going to be as loud as the main guitar, because I want the mix to actually sound heavy. But I do want the attack and the definition of the higher pitch octaves. So I'm actually going to bury them in the mix a little bit. But you could definitely want to do the exact opposite to get the opposite effect. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so this is one guitar by itself. Two pan guitars. And this is going to be all 4 guitars combined. That's what I call a wall of guitars sound. Okay guys, so I really just wanted to do a quick tutorial. We're barely scratching the surface of this. So if you want to see more videos like these, make sure you drop me a comment in the comment section down below and you let me know. Okay, back to Pat. Alright guys, so I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you learned something from it. This little trick should actually make your guitar sound thick and fat and mean, and that's what we want. So if you found this video useful, don't forget to drop me a like, drop me a comment in the comment section down below with any questions you may have, and of course if you found it useful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man if you haven't yet, and share it with your friends so that they can get their asses here and watch the videos too. I will see you guys next time. Pat out, metal on dudes.